Kalia Hall, a 25-year-old mechanical engineering graduate from St. Anne, has been crowned Miss Jamaica World. Hall beat 14 other finalists to take the crown on Saturday at the pageant's grand coronation at the Courtly Auditorium in New Kingston. Dominic Shorter and Melissa Vassell were first runner-up and second runner-up, respectively. Hall, who has a master's in mechanical engineering from the University of Manchester in the United Kingdom, will now go on to represent Jamaica in the Miss World Grand Coronation at the Coliseo de Puerto Rico Jose Miguel Agrelo in San Juan on December 16th. She will compete for the crown now held by fellow Jamaican Tony Ann Singh against beauty queens from 122 other nations. So she's not only beautiful, she got brains, because to be a mechanical engineer is no joke, and to have a master's in mechanical engineer, no joke. So yeah, pretty plus tax and educated. Sharon said, "Why fear things?" Yeah, for that video, right? Hi, Jamila. How are you? Long time no see her here. Glad you can tune in. Sharon said, "Watch a Spanish speaker." Me did take a little bit of Spanish in a class, you know. Me have a little bit. Me did take a little bit. So me can go on. So, last week, if you all recall, the Jamaica entertainment scene was spicy. Well, this week is no different. It even spicier, if that's possible, because more things are going down there. So we're going to start with Jacure. He's still detained in Amsterdam. He spent his birthday October 11th behind bars. His next court date is October 18th. He also has an upcoming album called Undeniable, and that is set to be released shortly. So I'm not quite sure. We'll have to look and see what happens next week when he goes to court, if they're going to formally charge him and if they're going to detain him or what they're going to do. So that's something that I'll watch out for, and I'll keep you guys posted next week. All right. So, as a follow-up to the Tanya Stephens rape revelations and the Richie Stephens being accused of rape, Makka Diamond and Dr. Love have both now come out with their own stories of abuse. Makka claims that she was beaten by a prominent artist back when she was still trying to get into the business, and everybody stood around and nobody helped her. She said that when, she used to go to the studio and, try to get a boss, and when, then she'd go to the other studio and try for thing. And one of the time when she come back from the top studio, whoever was there apparently beat her with a piece of what we would have called 2x4 piece of wood or whatever. Now, based on her description, everyone is speculating that it's Beanie Man. However, Beanie Man is not on the island. He's been in England for a few weeks. So there's been no response to her allegations. Nobody's come out and said yay or nay or whatever. There's supposedly a voicemail circulating confirming that it's him. But when she said it was two major artists that had beefs, a long-running beef, speculation is that Beanie and Bounty, and then people pick Beanie, and yeah. So we don't know where that'll go yet, because Maca come out say or something, and then she never did any follow-up to it or whatever. Dr. Love, on the other hand, he did an interview with the Jamaica Star where he stated that he was sexually abused by a woman he knew when he was a child. He said that the woman encouraged him to keep the assault a secret and even offered him food and other things to remain quiet. He said he confided in another woman about what was taking place. That woman shared it with a friend who eventually told his mother, but he said at the time his mother did not believe him. The entertainer said that the sexual abuse continued until he was 18, and that it only ended when he migrated to the US to live with extended family. That's when he shared his experience with his mother, who at that time believed him. He ultimately buried himself in construction work, music, and blogging as a way to cope with the childhood trauma, but said rape victims never receive true closure. Now, you never want to speak out against when somebody come talk what they consider to be their truth in when they said that, they're raped man or woman. We'll have to see how many more victims come forward now that this has opened up a conversation in the entertainment business, and how many more people are going to come forward, or whether they're going to be comfortable um, calling names, or coming out with their story. We'll have to see what happens with that. Queen Ifrica also came out in support of Tanya Stephens, and has stated that the music business is a very grimy one where young women and girls are often objectified and seen only as sex toys. She said there are a lot of predators in our industry, in our society in general, but in the music industry full of predator. Some serious demonic one them too. Like do some dirty things to some little girls and some little boy out here, Africa pointed out that in many cases, not even little boys are pardoned, and them have a society will protect them so they don't feel like they should have any form of remorse or they should answer to anybody about it, the Montego Bay native added. A lot of them artists here where we look up to some big great tone artist man and middle age artist man and all different age group artist man where we look up to in this industry. Nasty, she declared. Them no pardon little girl and some of them no pardon little boy neither. Them come around and them they round them, and because of the love with them have, she said that some of the artists have taken their reprehensible acts while on tours overseas where they take advantage of young, impressionable female fans who are simply starstruck and want to be in the presence of their favorite artist. I tour the world, Queen Ifrica, been around the world, and I have seen where young girls come backstage just to be around Jamaican musicians and see these artists and to be a part of it. And before the night is over, they're molested, she said. And they can't believe it is their favorite artist that did that to them. And you come on the road and you meet them up and they'll be like, so you know this artist, or do you know that artist? He's not a good person. And sometimes you quiz and you hear what he did and somebody else was watching and all that kind of stuff. So she had a lot to say with regards to what artists do when they tour, and the girls that they're with. And it's not only musical artists that do that, it is also DJs that come up with sound systems that do that as well. So it keeps happening a lot. Now, Jamaica recently passed a Sexual Offenders Act, and under that act, an adult in authority who has sexual intercourse with another person who is under the age of 16 can be imprisoned for life if convicted in a circuit court. Persons convicted of incest, rape, marital rape, sexual touching or interference, sexual grooming of a child, sexual intercourse with a person under 16 years old, grievous sexual assault, and indecent assault are registered as sex offenders. However, the registry, which currently consists of more than 330 persons, is not available to members of the public as access is restricted to specified groups such as the police. People are currently calling for the registry to be more accessible and transparent to greater protect the public. Dr. Love is one of the people who is calling out for the sex registry to be made more open to people. So let's see what's happening over here. Hi, Eni, darling. How are you? Good night. Thanks for checking in. Let's see what Sharon has to say. Rape victims are not only women. So sad his mother didn't believe him. Lots of abuse in the entertainment industry. There is a lot of abuse in the entertainment industry, and within our culture and our society. Why I paused on that was back then, a lot of the times when young boys are when older women are attracted to young boys, the young boy them then feel like them a man. A lot of them are realizing now that they were abused, and a lot of them are realizing why they are the way they are now is because of what they thought was okay and what they enjoyed. Some of them enjoyed when it was happening. They're now realizing that they were abused, and they're now realizing that it's wrong, and some of them are being treated for it, and some of them are having to deal with the difficulty of realizing that one, they were abused, and that two, there's a process for them to go through to now get past that or try to get beyond that. Okay. Aiden says, I am good. Give thanks. That's awesome. Betty O'Brien. Oh, she has a lot to say for giving Dr. Whomever thanks. Anyways, back to the entertainment section. Davianah, the lady in red, is Tony Rebel's daughter and also Queen Ifrica's stepdaughter. So she posted a video earlier this week with her clothes covered in blood. There was blood on the floor behind her, and she's stating that she's just sick of being abused mentally and physically. She's tired. She's tired of having to be brave and strong and positive all the time, and she's just tired. And she said she's just here for people to use and abuse, because if that's my role in life, I definitely don't want it anymore. I had enough, and I'm just ready to go now. I'm ready. She also revealed that she's been suicidal for years, writing, I've been suicidal for a very long time, and I finally feel like I'm ready. God knows I've tried. The blood on her clothes was because of a physical fight that she had with her domestic partner. And she took pictures of it and stuff. There's no word. There's been nothing said of what's happening with that issue, or if that's going to be taken further. She's always had a rocky relationship with her father, Tony Rebel. No comments or statement were released by either Tony Rebel or her mother. It didn't state who her mother was, but yeah, there's been no comments issued from them. So we don't know what's happening. She hasn't posted anything else on her social media. There's been no word of if she's gone to a hospital, if she's, being treated psychiatric. Like she just made the post, and then that was it. Like I said, the Jamaica entertainment scene this week has just gone, I don't know. They said, what's that? The moon is in retrograde, but man. So, last week it was Buju Banton and Vibes Cartel. Well, this week it's Buju is in the news again this week, and this time it's with his daughter Abihail. So it started out with a report stating that she was missing and that they hadn't seen her since October 9th. And I think that was posted on October 11th or 12th. So there was a post stating that Abihail was missing. Abihail then posted on her social media that she wasn't missing. She posted that her sister Jody and Myrie, who is a member of parliament, and her father are doing this because she proved that he abused her and they're trying to kill her. And if anything happens to her, you all know where to look. Or brother Jazeel also posted that she's not missing and that he talks to her every day. He also stated that his family don't like when the truth comes out, so they do anything to save themselves. So as a side note to that as well, when Buju just came from prison, he also got into a physical fight with one of his son, Marcus. Yeah, Marcus, the one that's a producer. Abihail has since hired a lawyer who put out a statement on her behalf, also asking media personnel to cease and desist from stating that she's missing, etc. Her parents, Buju and Lorna Strahan, has also hired a separate lawyer to represent them as well in the whole process. Abby has since deactivated her social media account. She was supposed to show up to the police station to prove that she was fine and that she was okay, but she never did. So nobody else has put out a statement since then. Her lawyer hasn't put out another statement. The parents' lawyer hasn't put out another statement. She has not posted on social media since. So right now, nobody knows. Since yesterday, nobody knows what's happening or what's, so we just have to wait and see what happens with this issue. Jamaica entertainment scene, I don't know, but it's a lot that's happening there right now. But just to lighten it up a bit, did anybody see Cardi B's birthday party videos or pictures or anything? So she had her 29th birthday party recently in LA, and she had put out a thing stating that for those who are invited to her birthday party, they needed to dress up as Jamaica, as like it's a dancehall thing. So she entitled it Dancehall Pasa Pasa, and it was going back to the 90s of Uptown Monday setting with weddy with a little bit of everything. And let me tell you, the celebrity them, yeah, they came out. They came out like performers were Spice performed, Shensia, Ding Dong, Champagne, DJ Chromatic was on the doing the DJing and all of that. But then like Lizzo, Chance the Rapper, Tiffany Haddish, come on, Winnie Harlow. Well, Winnie's a Jamaican. Karuchi Tran, Snoop Dogg, Larsa Pippen, Tiana Taylor, like them come out and them represent. But the best part of it for me was the fact that her husband Offset gifted her a house with a rooftop pool in Costa Rica. So I'm gonna have to tell my husband when I get married, I may celebrate one of my birthdays or a wedding anniversary, I would like a house as well with a rooftop pool. Sharon says, wow. Jamila said, yes, yeah, Cardi B's thing was thing. Sharon says, Spice look amazing. Lizzo look a mess. Yeah, I have issues with Lizzo. And yeah, I'm gonna leave it right there because they'll say you're fat shaming or they say you're not comfortable with your body or if you're doing this or doing that. She understood the assignment of dressing according to the dancehall theme that it was, and that's what she did. But yeah, Spice, I like the fact that Spice broke it down where she said, she was representing Jamaica, her skin for the black, her green costume, and her gold chains, so the black, green, and gold. So it was good, but it's interesting that Americans and other cultures celebrate dance hall more than sometimes some Jamaicans do. So that's an issue. Jamila says, I give it to Lizzo. She's very confident. And Sharon says she's too comfortable. Yeah, I remember when she went to an LA Lakers game and her ass was out. Now, I ain't got no problems if anybody wants to walk naked on the street. But when you're going to go sit on a chair in public where other people are going to have to go sit on with your naked self, I got an issue with the cleanliness of that part. Well, whoever is comfortable enough to walk naked, knock yourself out. I know that's not me, But if you're comfortable enough to walk naked, knock yourself out. But when it comes to the cleanliness of if you're sitting somewhere where I am going to need to sit after, I got issues with that part. So that's just me and my OCD self with cleaning and all of that, right? So that was our entertainment section. Like I said, it's very spicy. No pun intended to spice, but yeah, there's a lot going on in Jamaica entertainment scene. So I'll keep you guys posted next week to let you know what happens. We're going to touch on now.